I'm here to really discuss the importance of collaborative action and how this can really play a pivotal role in empowering India's youth, especially adolescent girls, to realize their full potential. But I think Deval had mentioned also that this partnership has been here since 2013, and it's a very, very rich partnership and a very diverse partnership. And I think what's been so exciting about it is the growth that we've seen over the last few years. And so I maybe want to take a second to really recognize the people that have really helped work on this partnership. Sharmila from USAID, we've got Lynn and Peter who are Kiowa Trust, we've got the whole Dasra team, Shailaja and Neera, we've got our partners. Maybe I can have everyone just stand up that's part of this bigger collaborative, all the way from management to the field. So there's a lot of us. So again, really, really, really impressive. And so you guys are the ones that are working incredibly hard every day to work on a very, very complex issue. I think we heard in the video, India has over 250 million youth. And that's 25% of the world's adolescents right here in India. I mean, that's an incredible number. And we all know the importance of youth. They have the potential and the ability to drive progress and change. They are the ones that can really move the countries forward, and you see in a lot of developing countries, in a lot of countries around the world, developed or developing, it's the youth that are the next generation, and it's the youth that are moving them forward. And I think despite all these advantages we've seen, girls still continue to suffer from disadvantages, disempowerment, and exclusion because they are young and they're female. And as you saw in the video, you've still got issues of child marriage, gender-based violence. There are harmful myths and misconceptions that still prevent young girls from completing secondary school, joining the workforce, delaying their age of marriage, and also having control over their reproductive rights. And so as you can see, really working on this issue through the DAC Collaborative, empowering adolescent girls, is such a complex and challenging issue. And to address these complex issues, you really need to work together through a collaborative. And that's for us at USAID, collaborative giving is not just about the funding. It's really much more. It's about bringing together a set of diverse partners, as you saw those that stood up and also that are more, to really think about how can we identify different ways of doing business, different solutions, how can we test new approaches to make a difference in such a complex challenge and complex issue. And it really is about new ideas. And we've learned over the years that girls from 10 to 19 are most vulnerable. And they require that new focus and energy to be able to address their specific needs so that we can capitalize on their creativity, their dynamism, their dreams, their aspirations. And I think that's where the 10 to 19 Collaborative was born. And we at USAID are incredibly proud to be a part of this collaborative. We see the dynamism that's there, not just with the partners that are part of this collaborative or the community of practice, but also from the youth that we've touched and really are reaching and really making sure they're parts of our program. It's inspiring to see the potential that's there and how much we can achieve together. And I think what makes this collaborative particularly fantastic is that we're bringing together organizations from across the globe. You've got nonprofits, you've got technical experts, you've got philanthropists, and you've got the government that's involved so that there's that scale, which is very important with what we're doing. And all of these really unite our focus to be working together on those collective needs of adolescents, especially vulnerable girls. And so together, we're testing new approaches that can address the multi-sectoral needs that youth have across India, which include health, nutrition, education, employability, and also agency. And we're continuing to work together to address the challenges that these adolescent girls face. And at USAID, I wanted to highlight 4 core values that we're thinking are really important for us as we move forward as part of the collaborative. And first is we really need to ensure that youth, especially adolescent girls, are leading the designs and a core component at the center of our interventions. We need to hear their voices. We need to listen to their challenges, their aspirations, and the solutions that they propose. And their voices will ignite new ideas and actually really force us to think out of the box. And so that human-centered design is especially important. And critical to that human-centered design is also the need to engagement and voice. This is a very important part, especially as we're looking to move in a very complicated area of creating those norm changes. and creating a safe environment for both girls and boys. Second, I think, is the importance of equity, and really looking that we're reaching the unreached. I think it's easy to look at certain pockets that are close by, but how do you really get to those that are most vulnerable? How are we looking at those who are not benefiting from the great progress that India has made? How do we look at those vulnerable populations and figure out how do we tailor specific approaches that meet their needs so that they can be successful and realize their full potential? Third, we need to really engage non-traditional partners. We're learning across the world that the private sector engagement is critical and essential to addressing social issues at scale. The creativity and ingenuity that the private sector brings is key to building healthy, resilient, and dynamic future generations. We need to continue to build on those shared values that investing in adolescent programming is not just a good social thing to do, but it's also smart, sound business. And that's very important to get through. And finally, we need to set up, invest in measurement and measurable goals. Defining metrics are going to be critical to measuring success and failures. And that's right, I think as part of the collaborative, it's okay to fail, because what we're doing in such complex issues is we're trying to test new approaches. And so failure is okay. We just need to fail fast, document, and learn from it. And so as being part of a collaborative really provides that safety net to be able to take calculated risks. And that strong focus on continuous learning and quick learning will help us to be more adaptive and improve our programs in real time. In conclusion, at USAID, we really do believe through collaboration, we're stronger, more impactful, and have a far greater ability to ensure that the most vulnerable adolescents have a voice and realize their full potential. I would like to end with a quote from Mother Teresa that really encapsulates what we are talking about today. She said, "None of us, including me, ever do great things, but we can all do small things with great love, and together we can do something vulnerable. Something wonderful, Polly, something wonderful." So again, thank you very much. A big thanks to all of those that are working on the collaborative. Again, I think we've got a long ways to go, and we need more of you to come into the collaborative, more of you to come into the partnership, and really do more so we can reach more youth around India, especially more vulnerable girls. So thank you very much.